As a batsman, Navjot Singh Sidhu often stepped out of his crease to blast the bowlers.
That's the biggest of them all. This is a huge hit. That would be 6 on any ground anywhere in the world.
His political innings has been no different. The former cricketer has taken on Captain Amarinder Singh like nobody else in the past has dared to. Embarrassed by its own leaders, the Congress top brass is scrambling to broker a truce in Punjab, which is going for polls next year. The Gandhis have finally summoned Sidhu to Delhi. Sources say the leadership is upset with Sidhu for his public outbursts against Punjab Chief Minister Amarinder Singh and has told him to restrain himself. The Gandhis' direct outreach to Sidhu came just a week after Rahul Gandhi snubbed Captain Amarinder Singh. The Congress MP did not give the Punjab Chief Minister an audience when he was in the national capital. This even as Rahul Gandhi met party leaders from Punjab to get their views on the political situation in the state. The Congress party has already formed a panel to resolve the crisis in party's Punjab unit. The panel has held many meetings with both Sidhu and Amarinder.
समिति ने अपनी रिपोर्ट कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट को दे दी है। जुलाई के प्रथम सप्ताह तक 8-10 तारीख तक जो है कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट का निर्णय आ जाए।
Sidhu has been at loggerheads with Amarinder Singh over a series of issues ranging from sacrilege of Guru Granth Sahib to police firing on protesters in 2016 to captain's alleged proximity to the Akalis.
Incident is related to the stealing of the Guru Granth Sahib.
With just months to go for assembly elections, the Gandhis are keen to make the two reach a truce. How they do it remains a mystery. Bureau Report, India Today.
Why?
Now, Sidhu has arrived in Delhi and he will be meeting Rahul Gandhi any time now. Very shortly, that meeting is all set to begin. Let's decode for you, first off, what this meeting is really about. Now, the first observation is that this is Rahul Gandhi making time for Sidhu, but he didn't do that just a few days ago for Amarinder Singh. So that's very glaring. He snubbed Amarinder Singh by not meeting him, even though there was no scheduled appointment, but he is making time to meet Navjot Singh Sidhu. Amarinder Singh may be safe. He's been endorsed by the crisis committee of those 3 Congress leaders who had been sanctioned by the Congress leadership to try and sort out this entire crisis in Punjab. So he's been endorsed by the committee, but he's been snubbed so visibly by Rahul Gandhi. The Gandhis, the truth is, viewer, are actually nervous that Sidhu, who is very temperamental and impetuous, may quit the party if he is not placated and manaued and cajoled. So therefore, there is an attempt to cajole, calm down and pacify Navjot Singh Sidhu. That's what Rahul Gandhi is trying to do, because he's scared that Navjot Singh Sidhu may quit the party or even worse, join Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party. And this, ladies and gentlemen, never forget, this meeting that's coming up between Rahul and Sidhu, it affirms, it confirms and validates the popularly held perception that Rahul Gandhi is close to Sidhu, or Sidhu is close to Rahul Gandhi, as opposed to Captain Amarinder Singh. This also revives Rahul's insistence, long-standing war within the Congress party about projecting the new generation. He didn't meet Amarinder, but he's meeting Sidhu. He didn't meet the old guard, he's meeting the so-called new guard. Not that Navjot Singh is in any way young, but he's certainly younger than Amarinder Singh. But what does this mean in that case for Captain Amarinder Singh, the powerful sitting chief minister who's trying to fight off this rebellion, very open, vicious rebellion by Navjot Singh Sidhu? One, it highlights Amarinder's separation from Rahul and Priyanka. He wasn't met by the Gandhi children when he came to Delhi, but the Gandhi children are meeting Captain Amarinder's arch-rival, Navjot Singh Sidhu. This meeting also proves Captain Amarinder Singh's credentials as an independent power centre. His success in Punjab, the fact that he won the election in a big way and delivered it for the Congress, is widely seen as having been done independent of the Gandhi leadership, especially Rahul Gandhi. Amarinder's clear Amarinder has been cleared by the Congress leadership, that is the crisis committee, but Rahul is still walking this tightrope because anything can happen with Navjot Singh Sidhu. Amarinder's political career, could it be in doubt beyond 2022? Is that what the Gandhi leadership is possibly signaling? That Captain Amarinder Singh will be the face going into this election, but once the results are out, the Congress might choose something else, or there could be decisions down the line. Those are big questions that need to be answered. Now, what can Rahul actually do? He's meeting Navjot Singh Sidhu now, so he can bring Amarinder Singh and Sidhu onto the same page, even though this is far easier said than done, because extremely hostile things have been said by Navjot Singh Sidhu in public. He's virtually called Amarinder Singh corrupt and inept as a chief minister, so it's already reached the point of no return. So Rahul Gandhi will certainly not succeed in doing that, but he could summon Amarinder to Delhi after meeting Sidhu. He could make up for the earlier snub when he refused to meet a sitting chief minister of his own party. He could tell Amarinder to fulfill 18 poll promises, but that's also a very tricky issue because it would give the opposition fodder and ammunition to attack the sitting government in Punjab going into the elections. He could elevate Sidhu in the Punjab Congress. Rahul could decide. Rahul is not the Congress president, his mother is, but he's the one who seems to be calling all the shots anyway. So Rahul could elevate Sidhu in the Punjab Congress despite Captain Amarinder's opposition. But how would that look in the current atmosphere just when elections are around the corner? Joining me live, Rahul Srivastava, National Affairs Editor, and Anand Patel, live, both of them with me from Delhi. Anand, coming to you first. Sidhu's in town. He's going to be meeting Rahul Gandhi anytime now. Do we have a fix on what time that's going to happen? And what more can you tell us about this meeting? We're hearing that there is a genuine sense of nervousness that this meeting is about placating Sidhu so he doesn't do something instinctive and impulsive and quit the party, or even worse, join the Aam Aadmi Party. That seems to be a real concern and fear, Anand.
Well, Shiv, this meeting was scheduled somewhere between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Sidhu hasn't arrived. It's already past 5. So we are still waiting for Navjot Singh Sidhu to arrive at Rahul Gandhi's Tughlaq Lane Road residence. Now, this information that he'll be meeting both Rahul and Priyanka was sent out by Navjot Singh Sidhu's office only. There's no confirmation from Rahul's office or from the Congress party that a meeting is scheduled. So that is one. Second, coming to Navjot Singh Sidhu, yes, the issue is a catch-22 situation for the Congress party high command. On one hand, it has a veteran leader, chief minister, who romped home with a huge majority in 2017, and now he faces a lot of anti-incumbency, also resentment from within his own party, from within his cabinet, from the MLAs, and most notably Navjot Singh Sidhu, who has raised a banner of rebellion against him after the High Court verdict in the sacrilege case came, alleging that Captain Amarinder Singh is going soft on the Badals in this entire case. Since then, Sidhu has been raising a number of issues, be it the bus mafia, the mining mafia, or the cable TV mafia. And Captain Amarinder Singh has visited Delhi twice and presented his case before the three-member committee headed by Mallikarjun Kharge.
Yes.
He has given out all the details that how his government is acting against all these mafias and how he's trying to fulfill the promises which were made by the Congress party ahead of the 2017 polls. Now, that said, because now the Congress party wants to hold on to Navjot Singh Sidhu, that is a big challenge for them. Although this entire situation is boiling down to a one-on-one confrontation between Navjot Singh Sidhu and Captain Amarinder Singh, but the party wants to hold on to both. Yes, it is true that party does not want to project any chief minister, particularly Amarinder Singh, in the next assembly polls as the chief minister. That remains an open question, but it doesn't want Sidhu to let go and leave the Congress party. That would be a big blow, and that is the reason why we are seeing a crucial meeting, between Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi,
and all eyes are going to be on this meeting because this will actually be the first time. Anand, stay with me. Let me bring in Rahul Srivastava as well. Rahul, what do you make of this upcoming meeting? It could begin at any time. It will be the first time that Rahul Gandhi is sinking his teeth into this this very messy affair for the Punjab Congress. What is the peace formula with only a few, few months left for the election. What is that magic formula that's going to calm things down and kind of hold off this rebellion until the elections? Because, I mean, God knows the Congress needs every bit of unity it possibly can going into this mode now.
Shiv, let's just see what are the stakes. If the Rahul Gandhi has to step in, what he has to stop is virtual hemorrhaging of the party in a very crucial state.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there is Amarinder Singh, and given the demands of Navjot Singh Sidhu, I don't think he is vying for a post, because Captain Amarinder has already told the Gandhis through the intermediaries that he's ready to accommodate him in the Council of Ministers in Punjab. Sidhu has said no. He wants either to be in place of Mr. Sushil Jakar, made the president of the state unit, largely as a launching board for the next chief minister's race. Sidhu wants to be chief minister. Now, a change of that kind, if the Congress has to stop hemorrhaging, then it has to make a change which would be virtual suicidal. Why suicidal? Amarinder Singh, Captain Amarinder Singh, is like a regional satrap in the Congress party. The Congress could have done it amicably few years ago, but now the Congress first family does not have that political weight against somebody like an Ashok Gehlot. Remember, it's been almost 1 year since that accord between Gehlot and Sachin Pilot was signed. Not one element has been delivered. Chief Minister has in fact told the Congress High Command he cannot meet anybody for 2 months.
Yeah.
That's the kind of strength the Chief Ministers have gained as the top has gone weak. In that scenario, what we can say, a very difficult choice. Sidhu has been attacking the Chief Minister, and if the Congress top brass is unhappy, the Chief Minister has already been humiliated by being summoned 3 times to Delhi while Rahul Gandhi is meeting him. Bad signals. And that's why one will have to wait and see eventually if that meeting really happens.
Very important point made by Rahul there, that the weakness of the leader